Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Keep talking. All right. So happy to see all your smiling faces, even though you can't hear me. Good morning. Welcome. All right. Welcome, everyone. So happy to see your smiling faces this morning. Students, families, faculty, and staff of the Rock School, it's my honor to welcome you to a special morning of recognizing students and the work they've undertaken this year. I'm Erica Littauer. I serve as your upper school principal. At the end of our program today, we will induct students into Mu Alpha Theta, the Math Honor Society, and the Rock School chapter of the National Honor Society. But before we do that, we're going to start by spotlighting some student capstone projects. So I'm joined by some students today, along with our IB coordinators. They've completed capstone projects that were completely student-driven. So teachers act as student mentors instead of facilitators. Students develop their own ideas, topics, and problems to solve. These projects are meant to help students look beyond the four walls of the classroom and reflect on how all of their life experiences are valuable for learning. Students have a chance to explore their unique God-given strengths and develop the knowledge, skills, and attitudes they need to live into their calling. In each of these projects, students are challenged to take action and show mastery in a way that transcends what traditional tests or exams can measure. So, to begin, I'm going to start with recognizing all the students who participated in these projects this year. So, if you are a fifth grade student who participated in the exhibition, or if you're an adult who helped mentor fifth grade students, will you please stand and remain standing? Let's give them a round of applause. All right, remain standing, you guys. All right, if you are a 10th grade student who completed personal project, or if you're a teacher who served as a personal project supervisor, will you please stand and remain standing? All right, stay standing, 10th graders, you got this. Okay, finally, if you're a junior or a senior who has begun or completed your CAS project, or if you're an adult who's helped facilitate a CAS project, will you please stand and remain standing? All right. All right. Congratulations, all of you students have done so much work this year already. This has been an amazing year to start these projects. So go ahead and have a seat. Excellent. All right, I'm going to invite our IB coordinators to take over from here. We're going to start with our IB Primary Years Program Coordinator, the PYP Coordinator, Ms. Lindsay Rodriguez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Rodriguez. I am the PYP coordinator here. Our fifth graders did something amazing this year. The PYP exhibition is the big finale to the primary years program at our school. It's where students get to pull together everything that they've learned and use it to explore something that really matters to them. They work in small groups to create their own unit of inquiry, asking big questions, doing research, a lot of it, and taking action to make a difference. What really makes it special at our school, though, is while doing all of that, they're also thinking about how God is working in our world and how they can be a part of his plan. This was our very first exhibition this year. I'm very proud of them. And today we get to hear from one of our groups and see what they discovered along the way. All right, Henry, do you want to tell us about your project?
Our project is about giving back to the people in need.
Good, okay, all right. Why did you guys choose this project?
It's about not only feeding people in need, it's about giving back in many ways, such as giving many types of donations. For example, shoes, clothes, and blankets.
Good, okay. Why was this important to you?
It is important to me because it made me realize how important donating is. There are a lot of people who are going hungry and have no shelter. But at Gainesville Community Ministries, we found a place with many resources for all people in need. And that made me want to become more involved in helping any way I can.
Good job. Thank you, Henry. Amazing. All right, Luke. How do you think your project made a difference right here in our local community, and what kind of change or awareness do you hope it created?
In our project, we have donated food to a local organization, Gainesville Community Ministry. This food will be given to people in need in our community, overall benefiting and uplifting locals.
Good job. Thanks, Luke. Thank you, Luke. All right, Annie is going to talk about her personal impact and how this project affected her. So how did being a part of this project impact you personally, and what's something you learned along the way or grew from that?
Being a part of this project impacted me because I did not realize how many people are homeless and I should be more grateful for what I have. I learned that you should be kind to everyone no matter what because you never know what someone is going through. The Lord spoke to me through this project by showing me how blessed I am. Us humans don't even look twice at people in need. They're made in God's image just like us, so you should treat them with kindness and respect just like God would. I hope next time you see a homeless person, you will help them out and thank God for what you have. Overall, it was a very touching experience, and I'm thankful I got to be a part of it.
Thank you, Annie. That was beautiful. All right, Savannah's going to talk about her reflection. When you look back on the whole experience, what are you most proud of, and what would you want everyone to know about exhibition?
Overall, I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. To be more specific, I am most proud of how responsible I have been in managing my time. I am also proud of how organized the finished look of my group's poster is. It is thanks to Mrs. McCon that our poster looks good. She taught us what fonts to use and what colors contrast. At first it was hard, but in the end we pulled together a great poster. Everyone in my group definitely worked hard, and in the end it was worth it. Moving on, I want everyone to know that you can make a difference. Some of you might be thinking, why me? I'm just one person, how am I supposed to make a difference? Well, you're right. Maybe not only you can make a difference, but you can inspire others to help you make a difference. If everyone works together, we can help improve our community using creativity. To finish, I enjoyed this experience, and pro tip to students who are doing exhibition in the future, this is not a time to goof off. The teachers will not baby you, and if you work hard, it will pay off. Proverbs 14:23 states, "In all toil there is profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty." This verse highlights the importance of putting in the effort and hard work to achieve success. Without diligence and hard work, we cannot expect to achieve a good outcome. I have faith in you that if you give it your all, your project will be great. Overall, though, I loved exhibition.
Thank you, Savannah. That was great. Thank you to my PYP team. I appreciate all of you. All right, now I'm going to pass it over to Mrs. Ortega so she can talk about personal project.
Yeah, thanks, Miss R. Fifth grade, that was amazing. Can we just give it up for fifth grade again? So as you can see, the exhibition project really does lay down this foundation of inquiring into a topic, looking into your local community, and trying to figure out what problem you can solve. In 10th grade, the personal project is the capstone for the ending of the middle years program, and this is exactly as it sounds. It's a project that is deeply personal to each of the students. So they take an area of interest that they want to inquire about. And this can be something that they're familiar with or something that is completely new to them. And I have examples of both kinds today. So we have Izzy Goff here with us and Ethan Sandlin. And first, let's just figure out a little bit about their project. So if y'all wouldn't mind, Izzy, we'll start with you. Tell us about your area of interest that you wanted to inquire about and why you chose that topic.
My personal project was about preparing a 20-gallon tank for fish, and the reason why I chose this project is because months before, I had a fish given to me, and I spent a lot of time trying to, give this fish a good home, but unfortunately he died, and this led me, encouraged me to want to figure out how this happened and how I could do better. So I got this 20-gallon tank, and I spent a lot of time researching it and setting it up to give the fish I was going to get the best life possible.
And can I ask, Izzy, is this the area of interest that you started with back in September?
No, originally I chose making knot bracelets, but I did not want to do it. It was something that I thought would be easy, but I wasn't really passionate about it. And so when I got this 20-gallon tank 1 month before the project was due, I realized that I should switch to this because even though it might not be easy, I was passionate about it, and that gave me a drive to want to do it, and it made the overall process easier to get through.
Let's hear it for passion over procrastination. And Ethan, same question to you. Tell us a little bit about the area of interest, and was this a new topic for you, or was this something that you were familiar with, and why you chose it?
So the topic that I chose is something familiar to me because I'm trained to become a pilot, and I decided to create a study plan because there's not a great amount of resources out there to help prepare for a bunch of written tests. So I decided to create a study plan to help me study for all of my exams coming up.
Yeah. Ethan, a little bit more about the physicality of the product. What did you actually create, taking from all of your textbooks and your training manual?
I created an online course where other pilots can also go study and read all the resources that I have there as well.
Awesome. That's impressive, guys. Let's hear it for it. And my last question to both of you would just be, we've talked about how these projects really do align with our vision statement. When we think about, yes, we're making disciples of Christ, but who possess the knowledge and the skills and the attitudes? So my question to you is, what learning are you walking away from? Was there a specific knowledge gain, skill, or maybe an attitude? Maybe there was a reflection that you're walking away with.
So for me, the knowledge I'm walking away with is how to properly care for a fish. But the main thing is, again, the whole choosing something because you're passionate about it, not because it's just easy. So.
That's huge. Thank you. And Ethan, same question to you. What specific reflection or learning are you walking away with?
How much time it actually takes to make a curriculum for everything and to not procrastinate.
That's huge. Very practical. So as you can see, we've laid the foundation in 5th grade and 10th grade. And Mr. Boland, tell us a little bit about what 12th grade participates in.
Yeah, so I'm Mr. Boland, and I've been able to work with these lovely students the past 2 years. It's been quite a pleasure. One of the things that they take part in, though, is CAS. CAS stands for Creativity, Activity, and Service, and is an integral part of the diploma program core as our students become lifelong learners. CAS involves real, purposeful activities with significant outcomes, personal challenge, thoughtful considerations such as planning, reviewing progress, reporting, and reflection on outcomes in personal learning. Among a myriad of smaller experiences to successfully complete CAS, a student must complete a CAS project. The CAS project is not just personal, but it requires that a student take a leadership role, collaborate with others to accomplish a goal, whether that's with their peers or other members of the community, and must take place over the course of at least a month's time. and students must demonstrate achievement of at least one of our CAST learning outcomes. So, ladies, I want to start with you. We have Maddie, Ella, and Callie here. Can you tell us what you did and a little bit of why you did it?
Okay, so originally we were planning an event with National Honor Society, which we are all a part of, and we were wanting to do a fundraiser for St. Francis House. However, you gotta have money to do that. So our CAST project is a car wash, which we decided on this. We were brainstorming, trying to figure out how to raise money, what was the best way, and what was the way that we could do, because we're still in high school. It's a little bit hard. But we decided to do a car wash because it's easily accessible. We did it here at the school, and we were planning to take the money and buy donations for St. Francis House. We also chose to do boxes, and we raised up and collected goods like hygiene products and things like that for St. Francis, but the car wash was our main CAST project. And when we realized how much work it was going to be, at first we weren't planning on being our CAST, but we started working on it, and it was a bit more than we expected. So we were like, guys, let's dive in and let's just make this our CAST project, put in all the effort we got, and that's how we chose to do the car wash as our CAST experience.
Great, and for a follow-up question, there are 7 learning outcomes that you are asked to reflect on. Could you tell us one of the ones and how you accomplished it?
Sure. Well, so this CAST project, especially being in our junior year at the beginning of our IB journey, was very difficult to figure out how to start having leadership and coming up with different ways to lead and initiate a CAST project. So we demonstrated how to initiate and plan a CAST project by spending a lot of time and effort and communicating with administration and different people like Mr. Sandlin or Mr. Walt, trying to figure out how can we get water in somewhere on the school so we can have a car wash, and how can we realistically, how are we gonna get all of this soap, and who's gonna go buy soap from the dollar store? But just little things that we didn't think about, and we had to continuously put in more effort into thinking about what we needed and how to plan, and then how to drive people in, how to get volunteers from National Honor Society in and make sure that everyone's there, make sure that everyone shows up and participates, and encouraging people. So yeah, that's how we demonstrated how to initiate and plan a CAST project.
Great, and for a final question, one of our goals is to help you all develop the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes to partner with God in redeeming the world. So how has this project aided you in that process too?
I would say that this project was very beneficial for our community. And as Christians, we are supposed to serve others. Like Jesus came and he chose to serve instead of to be served. And so for us to be able to serve even our school community and be able to wash cars and then take the money and just donate that to hygiene products for the homeless in our community is so impactful that many will turn their heads and be like, oh, well, that was a car wash. But people that actually were receiving these products and be like, oh, it's hard to comprehend. People will reach out to you and help you in times of need. So just spreading the love of Jesus without just spreading the gospel without just saying it, but with your actions. So
this is beautiful. Go ahead, you can clap for them. All right, and then gentlemen over here, we have Malik and Noah. You guys also had a CAST project. Could you tell us a little bit about what you did and how you chose to do that, or why you did it?
Yeah, so me and Malik, we put on a free basketball camp for all the middle school and elementary students here at The Rock. And this all just started last summer with an idea of we have to do a CAST project. Why don't we do something we love? We're both basketball players. But it's certainly a challenge. I don't think we haven't been coaches before. We haven't been full-on teachers. So let's take a risk and let's put on a basketball camp. So it took a lot of planning, a lot of pushback dates, but we successfully had I think 64 students show up to our basketball camp.
And I believe we have a little video to show as well.
No sound.
I think on Instagram it had a song to go with it too, right? I mean, I know I heard rave reviews. Parents has great things to say about it. Watch out, Coach Harden. You might have to either recruit these guys or something. Malik, the second question to you as well, though. There are those 7 learning outcomes that you were required to reflect on or consider. What's maybe one of those learning outcomes and how you achieved it?
One of the learning outcomes I want to talk about is identifying my own strengths and developing areas of growth. I shout out all the teachers. Teaching kids is not easy. I thought it was going to be, but surprisingly getting their attention wasn't too bad. And just noticing that it's a lot of planning. Also shout out to Coach Harden and Coach Jones for all the camps they do over the summer. It takes a lot. It's not easy, but we got it done, and I'm just proud that I had Noah and even Mr. Wall and everybody else in the school just supporting us and being there for us, and that was just a great part and one of the main goals I want to talk about.
Very nice, thank you. And again, as we consider how we are working towards figuring out how we can partner with God in redeeming the world, how do you see your project fitting in with that?
This project definitely just shows that we need to take the step to help the next generation. We are next up, as we are obviously seniors here. We should just set the example at all times, no matter where we're at. And I think this camp definitely shows a lot of global engagement, how basketball and even anything else that y'all want to do for y'all's CAST project soon, that it can impact many lives anywhere that you go. And it just shows that God works in many different ways, and especially in sports, how well it is, especially here at The Rock, how known it is and how important it is here. We just wanted to use that to show that God can work in these kids and that we are his feet and hands here.
Thank you, Malik. That was awesome. Well, I would just say, thinking of the diploma program to MYP all the way down to the primary years, what a beautiful thing. Our students get to learn a little bit of empathy, to stretch themselves, to see themselves how they could be a part of their community locally and globally, and just take those skills that God has given them already and find ways to use them powerfully. So thank you guys for sharing.
All right, so today kicks off a season of celebrating student work, just like what you've heard about here. Before we transition to our next portion of the program, I want to make sure you all know about our end-of-year events that we have planned to show off and celebrate student achievements. So the first one's coming up this Friday, the Spring Arts Showcase. Woo-hoo. Our campus will be transformed from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. into an immersive, interactive art experience. The theme this year is God So Loves the World. You'll see art on display from all grade levels, from preschool all the way up, and there's both visual and performing arts, so we invite all of you to come out for that. And remember, we have an early release day on Friday to prepare for that, so 12:35 release. Great. Okay. Next Monday during chapel, you'll get to hear some more of our seniors for Senior Chapel. We have 10 graduating seniors sharing. I am incredibly proud of them. So yeah, come and be ready to hear from them next week. And then the following week, our 2025 celebration weekend kicks off on Thursday, May 8th, with the end of year TRS Fun Fair. Yeah, all right. Elementary, middle school, okay, there we go, everybody else. Okay, carnival-style games, food, and more for all students and families. It's free, come on out. And then, after that, Saturday, May 10th, the baccalaureate banquet for 11th and 12th grade students, and the high school bash for all high school students. They're both formal events. Students can dress up, celebrate their achievements and perseverance this school year, so. And of course, the end of the school year, graduation, is Friday, May 23rd. 7 o'clock here in the auditorium. This is our first group of students who've completed the IB Diploma program, and I am so proud of them. I'm excited to celebrate them. So, all right, so we have 2 induction ceremonies to end our program this morning. I want to go ahead and invite up Miss Lisa Brown. She's going to lead our Mu Alpha Theta induction. Come on up, Miss Brown.
All right, welcome and congratulations to our candidates on your initiation into Mu Alpha Theta, the National Honor Society and 2-year College Mathematics Honor Society. It is an honor to be selected for membership, and we're glad you've decided to join this fantastic honor society. You're in the good company of more than 100,000 other talented students from more than 2,500 chapters across the United States and in many foreign countries. Each of you meet the requirements for membership, including having completed or currently being enrolled in a 3rd year of college preparatory mathematics and having earned at least a 3.0 math grade point average. Colleges and major universities recognize membership in Mu Alpha Theta as an important part of a student's academic resume. Your work thus far in mathematics has been impressive, and we encourage you to continue learning about math and all it can do for us. Math is all around us and impacts our daily lives in countless ways. Mu Alpha Theta strives to inspire a keen interest in mathematics, develop strong scholarship in the subject, and promote the enjoyment of mathematics in high school and 2-year college students. So imagine that this was in color, because some of what I'm about to say is about the colors of everything. You see before you a replica of the insignia of Mu Alpha Theta. Blue represents truth as unlimited as the sky. Gold shines as a symbol that mathematics is indeed a valuable treasure. The insignia represents, above all, a high point in the history of the world, an important relationship in mathematics, one that combines the mystery, challenge, and beauty of numbers with a simple geometric figure, the right triangle. Let this simple geometric proof of the Pythagorean theorem be a symbol for you and serve as a challenge to encourage your further enjoyment and study of mathematics. Candidates, please come to the stage to accept your membership certificate as your name is called, and remain on stage until all names are called. Connor Kaysen. And Ellie Womble. All right, and congratulations to our inductees.
All right, congratulations. Now I'd like to transition to our next ceremony. The purpose of this ceremony is to induct our newest members selected to join the Rock School chapter of the National Honor Society. This time will be devoted to an explanation of the guiding principles and to a simple but impressive ritual of induction for this year's new members. Students who have excelled at scholarship may be selected into membership, provided they have also met the requirements for leadership, service, and character. These 4 aims will be symbolized by candles and explained by our 4 officers. But first, the emblem of the National Honor Society is the flaming torch. Our chapter advisor, Mrs. Card, will explain its significance.
Good morning. From the earliest of time, the torch has stood as a symbol of knowledge. Unlit, it holds no power to lead or to inspire. It's just an object until a spark ignites it, transforming it into a flame, full of energy, light, and purpose. In much the same way, the wisdom found in books, in the minds of our past leaders and thinkers, and the truths that were written in Scripture will remain dormant until we actively seek them out. Through faithful study and a desire to learn, we can unlock these treasures and use them for the good of mankind. In honor of that symbol of the torch and what it represents and what it can unlock in your life, when the flame ignites, I will now ignite the flame that represents the knowledge and truth.
Okay. All right. The flame of this candle represents the pillar of scholarship. Those being inducted today have demonstrated a deep curiosity, a strong work ethic, and a genuine love for learning. They pursue knowledge with determination, hold themselves to high standards, and have self-discipline necessary to excel both in and out of the classroom. Their academic achievements reflect perseverance and integrity. It is because of their academic performance and consistent commitment to their studies and their teachers that they have been nominated today. As Aristotle once said, education is the best provision for old age. The pursuit of knowledge for National Honor Society members is not just preparation for the future, it is the foundation for a life of purpose, wisdom, and contribution.
We have a breeze, so it's going to be symbolic that we're lighting the candles too, I think.
The torch I have lit symbolizes leadership. True leaders are those who have the courage to act on their own initiative, those who step forward while others hesitate. Leadership is not only about guiding others, it is also about personal growth. A wise leader listens to those in authority, learns from the wisdom found in Scripture, and seeks counsel from those who has more experience. Leadership comes at a cost. It requires sacrifice. It calls for setting aside personal desires for the good of others and offering your time and energy in service into something greater than yourself. The National Honor Society recognizes leadership as the opportunity taken while growing into action. Our newest members will be challenged to be leaders who influence others to make a difference to this world.
The flame of this candle represents the spirit of service, a pillar that calls us beyond ourselves. Service is more than work. It is the selfless offering of our time, energy, and compassion for the good of others. It is action rooted in love and effort, inspired by purpose of the members of the National Honor Society, and they are called to serve in many ways. Through contributions to their families first, then church, school, community, and country. True service, however, asks us to put others' needs before our own comfort, to stand beside those that are struggling in any way, to give without expecting anything in return. The newest members we are honoring today have shown a commitment to making the world around them better. One act of kindness, 1 hour of service, and one selfless decision at a time. Thank you.
The light of this candle represents character, the strength that defines who we are when no one is watching. Character is the foundation upon which all other qualities are built. It is honesty, responsibility, and commitment to what is doing right. National Honor Society members understand that reputation is built through actions and that true character is revealed in everyday decisions. How they treat their peers and teachers, and how they respond to challenges in their classroom and in life. Abraham Lincoln said it best. Character is like a tree and your reputation like its shadow. The character and integrity that NHS members always strive for is best reflected by the words of Paul when he wrote to Timothy. Let no one despise you because of your youth, but be an example to the believer with your words, actions, love, faith, and pure life.
As you can see, the 4 candles that we attempted to light represent excellence in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Each one has an equal place in the lives of our newest National Honor Society members. I'm about to read the names of the candidates who have been selected by our faculty council to represent those 4 pillars well. They exemplify all 4 combined equally. As the candidates named are called, they will enter to the right side of the stage, and they'll form a line across the front. Callie and Sophie will lead you. Please hold your applause until all of our inductees have made it to the stage, and we will have a moment for photos at the end, parents. There you go. All right, I'd like to introduce our inductees. So hold your applause, please. Hannah Babinetz, Audrey Bassford, Gabriella Bender, George Brantley, Brandon Canova, I'm sorry if I say your names incorrectly, Chase Coates, Olivia Everson, Izzy Goff, Jackson Harden, Kinsley Harvey, Rihanna Johnson, Callie Kizek, Next, we have Natalie Miser, Christian Midias, Atalia Patz, Addison Roberts, Ethan Sandlin, Colton Sembauer, Caitlin Sowards, Ava Smith, Ben Tackett, Ellie Womble, Rosalind Woodstuff, and Annabelle Zacharitz. Please, everyone, join me in our heartfelt congratulations as loud as you can for our newest members of National Honor Society. On behalf of the faculty of the Rock School, I hereby accept these candidates as full-fledged members of the National Honor Society. I trust they will be found worthy of the honor we have bestowed upon them. May each of these new members be inspired to push forward to even greater achievements in their lives for the benefit of others. All right, we're going to take a few pictures from the stage here. And our parents who have come to celebrate are invited to the collaboratory for a reception for NHS members and those adult guests that have joined them. I'm going to ask that our students please avoid the collaboratory area, indoors and outdoors, as you head to class. And before we do that, we're going to go ahead and release 5th grade. So thank you all for coming. NHS members, if you'll stay on the stage, stay where you are.